Joined now by Jock McGregor from the Sorrell Footy Club down there at the Eagles. We caught you last year kicking 5 goals off one leg, mate. How are you feeling this pre-season?
Yeah, well, look, hopefully I won't be having to repeat that performance this year. So, looking forward to having a more successful year and a year from the sidelines, definitely.
A few more numbers on the track down there at Sorrell?
Yeah, look, mate, we've had a massive increase in numbers, which has been fantastic for the club and the community. And look, at one point there, we've had over 90 on the books.
Wow.
And as footy clubs do, we've dwindled off a little bit now, but we've certainly got strong numbers.
And some big signings over the pre-season?
Yeah, look, we've got a few blokes back to the club that have seen the light at the tunnel and decided to come back and play for us, which is massive for us. And a lot of blokes back from injury. I mean, the other thing about last year was we had a really horrid run at the beginning of the season with injury, and we've got those blokes back fit and firing.
Expectations for season 2018 at the Sorrell Footy Club?
Mate, it's a really tricky one. Like, I've been in it for a long, long time, and you generally go in with a fairly good idea where you're going to be. But look, we're starting from miles back. We are miles back. And, last year showed that. But we have, I believe, our best 27-28 is good enough to be really competitive. And if things fall our way, and we're in that situation, we've got a lot of ground to make up. But if things fall our way, we could be really competitive.
Thanks for joining us, Christine. Your pre-season for 2018, how's it been so far?
Very busy, actually. The boys started early November and so did the women. So it's been full-on 4 nights a week training at the club.
Wow, that's a pretty early start for the girls and the guys.
Yes.
As well. Kim Exel's back on board in 2018. How do you see that panning out?
Oh, look, Kim is just a fantastic addition to our club. He's been vice president for the last 2 years, and he decided to come back on, or we pestered him to come back on as a coach again, just to help out and to develop some of our younger players into coaching roles.
Well, that's certainly something that you've got going for you out there at the Claremont Footy Club. You've got a great junior system leading into the senior side of your footy club. Brandon Byers, he's the coach of the women's.
Yes.
They're going to go hard again this year?
They definitely are. We've got about 35 on the track of our women's.
Wow.
So, and a few are out at this stage having babies and things like that. So they're coming back to us. So it's been wonderful.
Now, there's been some big names depart the footy club at Claremont, but you've also had some new recruits as well?
Yeah, we've Luke Potter from Leeton Football Club. He's come as our assistant coach. Nick Clayton from New Norfolk has joined us. We've got Phil Ashland from Lindisfarne, Matthew Tringrove from Lindisfarne. Yep. So we've got a lot of, and Sean Hughes from New Norfolk. So we've got a lot that have wanted to come to the club, and especially then Tyler Bowden from Glenorchy.
Oh, that is a big name that you almost forgot there, Christine.
No, I would never forget our Tyler.
No. The Claremont Footy Club is a powerhouse of the SFL, and I hope that you make the finals this year. Is there an expectation to make the finals?
Well, we're hoping, and not just with our 3 sides, but the 4 sides with the women's, they're really on a high, so they're hoping this year that they'll get a chance to play in finals.
Well, thanks very much for joining us, Christine, and all the best for the 2018 season.
All right, thank you.
Cleaning it up like a janitor and brings it all out to you to car when Lindisfarne are away.
They're away through that man there, and Jade Trifford, who throws it on the boot long down towards Cassidy and Cobert. It's Edmondson just snipping it off and then drills it.
Oh.
And Ryan Edmondson has kicked his 3rd. Joined now by Lindisfarne coach Daniel Willing. Dan, a big off-season considering you've come off back-to-back losses in the grand finals, but are you excited about season 2018?
Yeah, excited. I wouldn't say it's been a long pre-season. We've given them a bit of a break, and we come back in December, and that was off the back of them wanting to train more than me pushing them. We were happy to come back in January, but yeah, given the circumstances, it's been pretty positive pre-season. A couple of losses and some really good inclusions to the list, so we're pretty comfortable with where we sit. Age demographic of our list means we're open to a lot of improvement, so we're pretty excited.
Couple of signings over the pre-season, mate. Any big names you want to mention?
Yeah, Jordan Roberts from Claremont is a big one. He's played state footy, so we're really excited about having him on board. Theo Janes from Hobart City's been really good through the pre-season, and both Kieran Rogers and Jaden Baker from the Richmond Footy Club have been outstanding. In particular, Kieran, who first-year player, got voted in as vice-captain, so he's been outstanding.
And the women's side last year, mate, won the grand final, which was terrific for the club, as well as the reserves winning the premiership.
Yep.
How do you see the women's side this year?
I've taken them a couple of times, actually. It's different, obviously, but I feel like from one training run to the next, they show improvement. So there's always improvement. I must say, I didn't watch a lot of women's footy prior to this year, and just even the AFLW has come a long way. So I'll definitely support it a lot more this year and be involved a little bit.
Joined now by Claire Sutton, the coach of the inaugural Hobart Tigers footy side for the girls up there at the TCA. How's the pre-season been, Claire?
Yeah, really good. We've got some new girls, which all of them are played except one. So they're coming along really well. It's been a couple of months. We're getting about around 15 to 20 at training every session, so that's good.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So have you been involved with the boys as much as you'd like, or do you think that initiation will come a little bit later in the season?
We train on the same ground as the boys once a week.
Terrific.
We haven't mingled yet, but we've been talking about it because we've just been doing our own thing at the moment. So yeah, we'll see sometime in the future.
How are you finding coaching? Is this your first time coaching, or have you done it before?
No, this is my first time.
So how are you finding it?
Yeah, exciting. I'm loving it.
Excellent,
yeah,
excellent.
It's really good.
And do you have any expectations for your side this season?
Just to do as much as I can, learn every game. Just have a crack, really.
Well, you've got a fantastic attitude, Claire, and I wish you all the best for the 2018 season.
Thank you.
All right, we're joined by coach from the Signet Footy Club, Ben Cato. Benny, great to have you back, mate. How's the pre-season been?
Really solid. Got a good core group there training well, so we're looking all right.
Now, you said to me a little earlier that you're going to be a little bit younger this year than you have been in previous years. Tell us about that.
Yeah, the underages made the grand final last year, so we'll have 5 or 6 of them come up and play with us, so a bit more leg speed, I reckon.
Excellent, mate. And you personally, how are you feeling?
A bit slower now, I think. But, no, not too bad. Pretty fit, so I think we're right to go. And
we were talking as well a little earlier about the women's side down there at Signet. It's great to have the women around the footy club.
No, it is good. It's probably a bit more of a struggle with the reserves with the men, so the women sort of come through and fill that sort of gap and a bit more help around the footy club, so it's good.
Now, the cameraman here, Martin Duffy, his favourite full forward was Pud Darcy. Do you think we can rope Pud into playing a few more games down there at the Port?
Oh, he didn't play. I think he might have played 1 or 2 reserve games, and he was talking he might play 1 or 2 more this year, but he's getting a bit long in the tooth now.
Righto. Well, mate, your expectations for your footy club this season, have you got any?
We want to play finals for sure, but it's going to be, as I said, a bit younger maybe, so it'll be a lot about development and, hopefully playing some finals footy for them. So
it's popped off the ground. Here's an opportunity for the Blues. Another little pop off the ground. It's kicked along by Plath. Plath couldn't quite direct it. She's just going to have to be careful here. Oh, she's taken her on her own teammate. I think she's fine. Maybe just a little bit of wind knocked out of her. That's how fierce it is.
I've never seen that before. Have a look at this. A big hip and shoulder on your own teammate.
Is that a free kick for someone?
So. Tanya Johnson. That might be one for Almost Footy Legends. All right, I'm joined now by Jerry O'Day, from the University Football Club, the inaugural SFLW season for the Uni Footy Club with the women, mate. How's it going down there?
Yeah, look, it's going great. We're really happy. Since Uni's gone back, our numbers have tripled. We've probably got about 30, 32 on the track, which is fantastic for the inaugural women's footy side. The Rainbow men have embraced us beautifully, so we've been made to feel super welcome. We're beginners, very new side, so we're doing a lot of skill development, a lot of transition, and just trying to get our hands on the footy and learn some of those skills. So it's going to be an interesting season, quite challenging, but the atmosphere is great, the enthusiasm is there, and the numbers are great, and I think that's probably most of the boxes tick, so we'll be okay. Yeah.
And you're a seasoned campaigner with women's footy, aren't you, Jerry?
Yeah, I coached women's senior league in Perth, so I've just moved back to Tassie from WA just to help look after my folks. So been away for a long time. It's good to be back, particularly yesterday I got sunburnt and today I had the aircon on, so it's good to be back in Hobart. But I'm coaching in Perth. I worked for the Footy Commission there for 20 years and coached women's footy for a few years, so I'm pretty passionate about passing on the skills, and the growth of the women's game is fantastic. It's really exciting.
Righto, Brent Dolliver from the Dodgers Ferry Sharks. How are things at Shark Park over the pre-season, mate?
It's been a long pre-season, struggling for numbers a bit, but we've certainly picked up a few blokes which should top us up for the year, so looking okay.
David Hunt brings a wealth of experience from the Claremont Footy Club.
Yeah, he does. He's been fantastic for me. I'm a young coach, so someone like David, who's a premiership coach, will be very handy for the club.
And you say you're struggling for numbers, mate. How does that come? I mean, no one likes to do a pre-season. You know, do you get closer to the season though, and you get a few numbers back?
We're hopeful. We're definitely hopeful. Cricket plays a big part this time of year as well. So, you know, in saying we're struggling, we've had 56 different blokes, but we can never get them at once. So, hopeful. Gala day this week should be a good day. Hopefully see, you know, a couple of good squads from us.
So the expectations for the Sharks, anything, are you putting a lid on it or are you just going to let it fly?
So we finished finals last year for the first time in 3 years, so somewhere around that mark would be fantastic. Obviously I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. There's some good teams in the comp still, Claremont, Norfolk, Lindisfarne, so if we can compete with them I'll be very happy.
Well, there you go. All the best for the 2018 season, mate, and hopefully you get those numbers back down as soon as the rain starts falling, people start going to footy clubs.
They need to, so hopefully we will.
Good on you, Ben. Thanks very much. Good on you, mate. Joined now by Fergus Morrison from the Brighton Robins, mate. How are you feeling?
Yeah, not too bad. It's been a long, hard pre-season with not many numbers on the track, but hopefully things will improve a bit.
And we heard Kyron talk a little bit about that, the VP from the SFL, about how we're struggling for numbers. Do you find, though, that boys are coming back and girls are coming back to footy clubs when pre-season's sort of done?
Yeah, we have noticed that in the last couple of weeks, getting closer towards round one with the numbers improving quite a bit. So, yeah, that's always handy.
Well, it's great that the Brighton Footy Club are able to get a couple of sides on the park at the very least, mate. Your expectations for this year?
It'll be a long, hard year, I think, but the boys are, showing up now and are keen to improve. And, I think we can win a few games. Yeah.
All right, mate. Well, all the best for season 2018. I know you've got a long drive off to Oatlands on your way now, mate. So best of luck for the 2018 season.
No worries. Thank you very much.
Joined now by Katie Tedders from the Lauderdale Bombers, the inaugural SFLW side for you this year, Katie.
Yes.
How's it going down there?
It's going good. We've got good numbers, but it's all very new to pretty much the whole team. Pretty much never played before, so
I think there's a couple of teams this year that are going to be in the same boat, which is great for the club and for you guys and for every SFLW side out there. How did you get involved in the Lauderdale Bombers?
From my partner Robbie, who's our coach.
Robbie McManus, that is, ladies and gentlemen, for those out there watching now.
Yes.
They also told me that you're the captain. So how does that work at home? He's the coach, you're the captain, are you only talking footy?
Sometimes, no, but we try not to. We get a lot of help from other people as well, but you can't help it when he's coaching and I'm trying to teach him how to teach people as well.
That's
I've got to give him some tips on how to coach too. So
you are the boss after all.
Yeah.
And Katie, how did you get involved in footy? Obviously, you said to me before that you have played sport, so football, grabbing a footy and having a kick isn't completely foreign to you?
No, well, I used to definitely grab the footy and always would ask my dad to have a kick with me when I was a child, and it never really occurred to me to play, I guess, because we weren't necessarily allowed to. But then, got with Robbie and always watched him and just thought it looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, you were the reason this footy club started the SFLW side, is that correct?
Robbie encouraged me to do it because I really wanted to play. It just didn't feel right to go to another club when I loved Lauderdale so much. So he encouraged me to do it and we got a team together. Well,
congratulations on starting your very own SFLW side. I wish you all the success in the future there. And remember the name, ladies and gentlemen, Katie Tedders. She started the Lauderdale SFLW side, and best of luck for the season.
Thanks so much. Thank you.
Good on you.
Good with his set shots too, Tubes, Mickey Paul.
He's a beautiful kick. Look at that. Nice, straight as an arrow. Umpire doesn't move. All right, I'm here with Rick Wright from the Huonville Lines. Rick, a season over last year, a little bit disappointing, I guess, from an on-field performance, but off-field you're looking pretty good?
Yeah, at the end of last season, it was a bit disappointing. We had a lot of close games during the season that were down to a few points.
Yep.
But at the end of the season, we did have a really good group that came together. And I think now with this season, with the extra players we've picked up, we've lost a couple of players, but the players we've picked up, I think we're in a really good position.
Absolutely. Nick Doyle's back on board as coach this year. Any expectations that have been set by him?
I think Nick's got his own goals that he set. And to be quite honest with you, Nick's a very quiet, unassuming sort of coach.
Yeah.
And he gets in there and he talks to the guys. The players have a great deal of respect for him. And I think that's... and that goes from top to bottom. So it's not just the senior group. All the players that he works with, and he works with the reserves and the juniors and the Colts, I think that he's just got this very quiet persona, and it works.
Yeah.
And this year, I think we'll see it come forward. He's gone forward, and he's already put forward to me that he's got goals that he wants to do. So it'll be interesting to see if he can get them forward. So we'll keep working with it.
So how much do you have to do with it as the president of a footy club? Do you set his KPIs or anything like that, or are you just letting him do his thing?
We basically, at the beginning of the season, we sit down with Nick, and Nick says, this is what I would like to achieve. And like that's how we look at it. And he has a group of players that he wants to work with, and that's how we work with it.
Well, Rick, thanks very much for joining us, mate. I do wish the Lions all the success for the 2018 season, and best luck to yourself as well.
Thank you. Cheers for that.
Joined now by Steve Davies from the South East Suns, mate. Your girls came agonisingly close last year. Season 2018 around the corner. Any expectations?
No, definitely no expectations. We're trying to adopt a policy where we sort of, nothing's too high, nothing's too low. We're very new this year. We've lost a couple of the girls to State League, which is fantastic for footy. So it gives a lot of our younger players a good chance, and we're, no expectations. Hopefully we're there again, but we'll see how we go. So.
Mate, that's a really positive way to look at it, about how you're just developing these girls to go on to bigger and better things. Is that something that you're all about?
Yeah, definitely. So our history is we came from State League, and our club policy is that hopefully one day we can be watching an AFLW player that's played with our club. So that's probably more where we're at as far as development goes. So,
mate, terrific philosophy from you guys down there. You are a standalone club as far as just a women's club goes.
Yes.
That's correct, isn't it?
That's correct, yes.
Mate, that's fantastic. Tell us how you came about.
So we came about, there's a big group of girls that wanted to play footy, and they wanted to be part of a club that was about the girls, not so much part of a men's club. And back in those days, the stigma was very much men's footy came first. So a few girls came to me and a few others and said, this is what we want to do. I like the idea, so we got it up and rolling, and now it's become really big. So it's sometimes we pinch ourselves and wonder where we've got and why we're doing it, but when you see the girls run out and see the development, it's worth every bit. So,
and you could see it last year in that grand final, the passion that those girls play with, and the heartbreak on their face when they didn't didn't get across the line. But mate, you're doing a fantastic thing down there at the South East Suns, and mate, I wish you all the success in 2018.
Excellent, mate. Thank you very much.
Good on you, Steve.
Cheers,
mate. All right, we're joined by Claire Schupeltz. Did I say that right?
No, it's Renee. Close.
Got the last name correct.
You got
we'll start again, Duff. That will make the blooper reel, no doubt. That'll. All right, we're joined by Renee Schupeltz from the Port Signet Footy Club, the coach of the second year.
Yep.
SFLW side.
Yep.
You made finals last year, Renee.
We did.
How are you seeing this year?
Look, this year's going to be good. It's definitely a different season because we've got extra teams. We've lost a few players, gained a few players, so it'll be a bit of an interesting challenge, but I think we'll go all right.
Now, you just said to me that you were a player last year, not a coach. But you are playing this year, and you will be a coach. How are you finding that challenge?
Interesting so far. I think it'll be okay, though. I think having played for a few years now, I think I've kind of got the game playing sort of side of it done, but coaching it'll be a different story, so we'll see how we go.
And any big names that you want to mention out there for your side this year?
We've got Karen Scotney playing with us this year. She played with us last year. She's about to play her 100th game for women's footy for the state, which will be nice. I think it's about the second or third game in, which will be good. Got a few new girls coming along really well. We've got Michelle Cohen, who's our captain. She's here tonight. We've also got Ash Munnings, who played last year. She's improved immensely over the last 12 months. Big off season for her. And we've also got Tia Coventry and Tamika, what's the last name?
Doesn't matter. Tamika, you know your last name. But you've got some, got some experience there, and obviously it's a bit of a work in progress women's footy because they don't have the generations of playing footy, do they? But expectations for 2018 for your club?
Look, I'm trying to get us to go as far as we can. It'd be nice to hit finals again and do finals 2 years in a row. But look, if we win a few games and just sort of improve on what we've started off at the start of this year, we'll be good.
And create an environment where people want to come back.
Absolutely. It's all about having fun.
Well, Renee, all the best for the 2018 season, and best of luck being a coach and a player at the same time.
Thank you.
Good on you. Jeremy Parker now from the New Norfolk Footy Club. Thanks for joining us, Jeremy. How's your pre-season been after what I'm sure was a huge couple of weeks after the grand final?
Yeah, definitely. It was hard to get the boys motivated a bit early on in the pre-season, but look, they're the senior guys have been really good, and they're very professional. They keep themselves pretty fit off the field anyway. But look, they're looking forward to another big year ahead.
Now, you had some losses. Obviously, Maddie Smith has come down to Brighton, and you've taken over the reins. You said you were the runner on grand final day last year. How are you finding? Is this your first season coaching?
Oh no, I've coached before in Old Scholars, a couple of years in Old Scholars, and I was also assistant coach at Hobart City in their inaugural year there with under Jock. So, and Smithy was my coach in 05 as well. So sort of a couple of experienced guys here I've sort of learned from, which is good. So,
but you're bringing a wealth of experience yourself as well.
Yeah, no, exactly. So I've been involved in the game for a long time, and sort of in administration roles and things with footy clubs as well. So, but yeah, look. The senior guys have been a big help along the way too. So we've lost a few. We've lost pretty half the senior side from premiership side from last year.
Yep.
But the senior guys that remain have been really good. They're helping the younger guys through, and that's the most exciting thing. You're seeing the younger guys from last year actually step up and become a lot bigger leaders, and then the younger kids coming through, stepping up and playing regular senior footy. So.
Excellent stuff. So your expectations for the Eagles this year?
Definitely playing finals football, mate. Yeah, that's guaranteed. So we're looking at a top 4 finish. Obviously, being fairly new to the club, I've got a lot to learn with the great guys' plays and things like that, and obviously the competition itself. So give me around after round 1 or round 2 and 3, and after I play a few sides, and we'll certainly be more.
Well, we've spoken to pretty much every club here tonight, mate, and you're the only one that's come out and put it on the line and said top 4 finish. So all the best, Jeremy, for this year, mate, and best luck in 2018.
Right, thank you.
Good on you.